4G. ChristopherMedia.net.
What do you want to da-da-da? What do ya want to da-da-da? I have no idea what to da-da-da. We could switch to Progressive da. Oh yeah? We could switch to Progressive and sa. Okay. We could sa and have to buy some za. Oh yeah, let's switch to Progressive to da and get some za with the money we saw. Yeah! Now we know we're gonna da-da-da.
These days, nothing is normal and everything is weird. But you could still save big when you switch to Progressive. It might just be the most normal thing you da-to-da.
Quote to da at Progressive.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
If I learned one thing from this great game of baseball, it's that she'll humble you. You think you've got it figured out, you check the standings, and you're in last place again. I'm Eric Rubino, Fantasy Baseball GM, and I can put my team in position to win every single time, but I can't play the games, people. At least Progressive's Name Your Price tool has options based on my budget. It never lets me down, unlike my pitching staff. Amateurs!
Get options based on your budget with Progressive, even if you're not a legend in your own mind. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net. Welcome to Sporgy, the show that gives you half-ass sports fans giving their half-ass opinions. And now, here are your hosts.
All right, it is Fantasy Hack, Week 2 already. I'm Chris. With me, Jack and JR. Say hello, fellas.
Yo, everybody.
Yo. So the season is underway. First of all, great week of football. You know, there were only a few turd games, but you know, it's a good week. A lot of guys getting right out of the gate, doing what they're supposed to do. A lot of stocks rising, a lot of stocks falling. I mean, so let's just get right into it.
Great to have football back, though.
Yes, it's something normal in 2020,
even with no fans.
Yeah. Which I thought it was going to be weird. Like it was a little weird looking up at the stands and seeing nobody there. But you know, most of the networks, or in fact all the networks, they were pumping in crowd noise. So it really.
Well, you know what? I want that job because I think I could do a better job. I didn't like that. I thought that there was room for improvement. But it's week 1. Yeah. Just like the ref said, just like the players, they got time to improve.
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you, I'm treating September this year as the preseason because that's really what's going on. Because I mean, like everyone's already ragging on Tampa Bay and Tom Brady, and they'll be fine. Just I looked at it as that offensive unit with the Saints has been together for what, 2 or 3 years, at least.
We mentioned that last week that the teams with continuity would probably have an edge, and it looked that way.
You know. Check with the Buccaneers in October. I think the Buccaneers will be playing January football. There's just too much talent on that team for them not to. But yeah,
Saints look like they're for real, though. I wouldn't be surprised to see them in the Super Bowl.
Well, Michael Thomas is going to be out for a while with a high ankle sprain. We'll get to that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, but brought up, kind of touched on it. The injuries already piling up. You know, for. Usually week 1, we've already played this game with a lot of people, but I mean it's getting hit. You talked about it, JR, with BYU and what was it, Air Force or whatever, or Navy or whoever, whatever the team who did not practice getting hit their entire training camp just went out and got housed. I mean, I think we're kind of seeing that with some of these injuries. Like you bet Marlon Mack gone for the season. Already. We had Mike Evans and Cortland Sutton, like 2 days after we recorded. Both of those guys.
Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, he's out for 3 weeks at least. Am I missing any other? There's a few here and there, but it's
60% of the Eagles' offense.
James Conner.
Yeah, that's right. Miles Sanders.
Well, he'll be back next week. He plans to play.
I need him.
Blake Jarwin's season's over.
Yep. So yeah, it's fantasy football, right? And that's why we're here. You know, we're gonna tell you who to look for. I know. I tell you, I went 3-2. You know, I won in the leagues I pay money for. I won one and I lost one, but everything it's 3-2. Respectable first week. How'd you guys do?
I went 1-1 in money leagues. I went 3-3 on ESPN, and 2-2 or 1-1 on Yahoo, so 5-5.
I know I was above 500. I don't know exactly how I did, but I'm pretty sure I won most. I won the majority of my leagues, but I lost because of injuries, and I'm probably like all the games I lost in were due to injuries or Michael Thomas. So thanks, Michael Thomas.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I got a beating in one league. I lost. The guy put up 180 points. I ended up putting up 137. But this guy, I mean, this is like Jack. I think this is probably your all-star lineup here. It's got to be or close to it. He had Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, Chris Carson, Tyreek Hill, Calvin Ridley, Mark Andrews.
How does that happen? How do you even be able to draft a team like that?
8-team league. We had two people bail on us. So,
wow.
But yeah, I mean, that was over before the night games even began. I was like, yeah, there's no way because I think I had Amari Cooper and I had a couple people left. I'm like, I had D-Hop and Amari Cooper left. Yeah, this matchup was over before the afternoon games. I was like, unless these guys each hang up 50, I'm not winning. I'd like to thank the Minnesota defense for giving me -9.
Oh my gosh, I had that too. That sucked.
But yeah, I mean that was a beating. I couldn't even do nothing but tell the guy, hey, good job.
Well, you move on because if you lose by 1 point or you lose by 50, a loss is a loss and a win's a win. So you move on from it and you go to this week.
I want to send my condolences to anybody who had Steven Gotskowski and was like 1 point away from winning, and he just missed, what, was it 3? He missed 3 times. One was an extra point to a field, and then he nails the game winner. That was funny.
Yeah. Just enough to keep his job for another week, maybe even.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'd be cutting him.
Well, so let's talk about pickups for this week, waiver pickups. Quarterback position. I don't think Gardner Minshew was drafted in too many leagues. If he's available, I would consider picking him up. He performed better than expected. Who else is out there? I am not drinking the Mitchell Trubisky Kool-Aid after 1 fourth quarter against the Lions.
No.
Got to give him kudos. I think his job was on the line, and he did resuscitate the Bears in the fourth quarter. But gosh, what a just horrendous drop by DeAndre Swift, costing the Lions an opening day victory. That's the Lions fan. That's the 50 years of Lions football summarized in one play.
If you ask me, we're going over this year. We could not beat the Bears. Good luck with anybody else.
Well, you had them on the ropes. It was just like the Eagles had the Washington football team on the ropes. And then Carson Wentz did his Mitchell Trubisky impression, and that was ugly too. Say what you will about the Eagles' offensive line being decimated, because it was, and we even lost a second stringer. But Carson Wentz was abysmal in that second half after a very good most of the first half. The bottom just fell out.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let's get back to fantasy stuff. What about quarterbacks? Other quarterbacks to look for? I'm on the Minshew bandwagon for anybody looking. I think there's still some leagues with Cam Newton.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
That might be another option. Of course, he did most of his point scoring with his legs, and that's not going to happen every week.
I mean, and I know he's ranked, like, at least in ESPN, he's ranked the number 6 quarterback this week. Josh Allen. He's not a sexy name. I know he got left on a lot of Warriors drafts that I was in, but pick that guy up.
Yeah, I didn't even put him in. I think he got drafted in every league I'm in, but yeah, if he's open, go for it.
Can we stop the slander on that old ghost up in Green Bay?
Right.
Walks out there, 364, 4 touchdowns, week 1 against the Vikings. We have I wouldn't say a bad defense. Pretty good defense up there.
Yeah, it's funny. My Vegas league decided instead of throwing on the towel for the season, that we would do a random draft, let the computer auto-draft everybody's team, and the commissioner didn't set the limits right. So I ended up with 5 tight ends, I think, 4 or 5 tight ends, and they're all good tight ends. And then there's other teams. I have hardly any receivers, though. And I only had 1 quarterback drafted, and it was Aaron Rodgers. So needless to say, I won this week.
Hey, speaking of old guys resurrecting, how about Ben?
Yeah, he looked pretty good yesterday. He didn't look like he had the zip on the ball, but that touch was there. Some of those rainbows he was throwing, and they were just darts. He looked pretty sharp for being gone for last year. So that's real good news if you're a Steelers fan, and that Steeler defense is the real.
Ryan Tannehill, he's probably still floating out there.
Yep. Can't go wrong with him. He's one of those kind of guys that's not going to get you a 35-point day, but he's good for 20 every week.
And then, everybody else. I mean, I need another week or two to be recommending Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I think we're going to need a little bit more of a sample size before we see what he's made of. Although he looked pretty good driving the Bengals all the way down the field, only to miss they missed the game winner or the tying kick. I remember watching the end of that and saying, "Well, that was an impressive drive," and then the kicker comes up and blows a chip shot.
And then grabs both of his legs to try to fake an injury.
That was not a good
playing
job.
the wrong football. He should be in soccer.
Yeah.
Well, we had Tannehill throw for 2 touchdowns, 249 yards.
Again, Tannehill's not going to light up very often, but he's usually pretty solid.
He's just there to hand the ball off.
But, he gets enough points to be solid for you, Probably at the very least, a bye week fill-in or your backup.
Mm-hmm.
Solid. But he probably should be rostered. All right, how about running back? You ready to move on to running back?
Yes.
So James Robinson of the Jaguars, I saw that he was listed as the starter, and I was like, I'm not picking him up. But he looked pretty good, and, I'd still want to see a little bit more, but if he's out there, somebody to consider. Of course, some of the injuries have now opened up. Benny Snell of Pittsburgh. James Conner was standing on the sideline with an ankle injury and looked like Snell was the man. He looked pretty sharp. 19 carries for 113 for Snell. So I don't know if I'm running out and going to give up on Conner. He might be back after his injury. But I know if I own Conner, I'm going to be really trying to get Snell as a handcuff. Let's see, who else went out? Marlon Mack went out. So Jonathan Taylor, owners, of which I have a lot of Jonathan Taylor on many of my teams.
Hines actually had, let me see here, scores twice. Yeah, he had, 2 touchdowns?
So in most leagues, Taylor and Mack were drafted, and now that Mack's out for the season, Nyheim Hines is a must pickup.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, a name you've heard me already talk high on him. J.K. Dobbins. You see that guy? Now it's looking like he's going to steal Ingram's job. It's one game.
Looking back at the history of the Ravens, I still think that's going to be a running back by committee. But Dobbins obviously is getting those goal line carries, where last year those were Ingram's. So, Dobbins is already paying dividends faster than most people thought. But I don't think he's available on the waiver wire in too many leagues. But if he is, you got to grab him. What were some of the other injuries? So I don't think I want any part of any New York Jets. I know the ageless Frank Gore. Supposed to be stepping in. This guy comes from the Ice Age.
Yeah.
He's practically a fossil at this point. But you know what? If you're really, truly desperate, maybe in a 12, 14 team league, you might have to go there, but I won't be. I won't be touching the Jets backfield. They just look like a dumpster fire. And after 1 week to be saying just end the season is just typical Jets football. So let's see. Any other notable? I do want to say, what's the guy from the San Diego Chargers that looked really good? That was kind of a surprise.
Not Eckler. The other guy?
No, not Eckler. They're let me see.
Kelly, Justin. Hang on, I'm looking at Joshua Kelly.
Joshua Kelly. So I was
60 yards touchdown.
I was listening to a show today saying that he looks the real deal, and he's somebody I might pick up on a flyer.
How about Zach Moss?
Oh, yeah, he had a good day to get a touchdown.
Didn't he have 2?
Did he have 2? Let's take a look here. There he is, Zach Moss. Zach Moss rushed 9 times for 11 yards, adding 3 receptions for 16 yards and a touchdown.
That's a respectable day.
It is a respectable day. And, Malcolm Brown. 18 carries, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 of 4 in the air for 31 yards. That's a great game.
So he is probably available in most leagues. Most people were looking at Cam Akers as going to be the premier back, and that may well still be the case. But if you have Cam Akers, I would probably say you better grab Brown.
And I'm going to say this right now, and I'm sure you guys might agree, you might not. Don't fall for the Ronald Jones trap.
No.
Right? Leonard Fournette is going to be the starter there.
Yeah, I think there will still be some carries for both, but I agree that Ronald Jones is unlikely to stay healthy. He's not as big and durable as Fournette, and I'm going to agree with you there. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid either.
Hey, while we're on running backs, should we just get this out of the way now and apologize about, or should we give another couple games for Clyde Edwards-Helaire? I texted you guys during Thursday night, like, hey, it took us one game to be wrong.
Yeah.
Sure did.
He had a great game. Balled out.
Well,
big respect.
Look at the offense he's in, and with so many weapons, but he held his own in his NFL debut, and that doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, especially against that Houston line. I mean, Houston's problems are on the other side of the ball. Their defense is still pretty solid.
Another guy that surprised me that I didn't draft in any leagues was Raheem Mostert. And it looks like the 49ers have literally no passing offense. As soon as Kittle was banged up, they really have nobody else to go to. Ayuk, the rookie, is out. Deebo Samuel's on IR. They're really hurting at the wide receiver position. And even the passing game they had was mostly to the backs. So you might get some mileage out of Jerick McKinnon, Tevin Coleman. Another running back that is a perennial disappointment has been David Montgomery. Did you watch the Lions game, didn't you?
Yeah.
What did David Montgomery do?
Not much.
I heard he wasn't that good. And now we got a little bit of a controversy brewing. I heard today that Allen Robinson dropped all of his social media ties to all his Bears teammates and to the team, and he wants a new contract. And it's his last year of his deal, and he wants to get paid.
He wants a market value deal, and he's mad that the Bears don't plan on giving him one. And up in Cleveland, the Brownies are shopping OBJ per reports. So
good, because he has been a bust there.
That is true. Well, it's Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened since the New York days, but he has certainly regressed.
That guy, he has been living off that one-handed catch for like 5 years.
That's true.
And Joe Mixon. What did we learn about Joe Mixon? What were his stats, Jack?
Hang on, let me take a look at that real quick.
Meanwhile, while you're looking that up, the Broncos, Melvin Gordon looks in pretty good shape now that Lindsey's banged up.
Yeah,
so
that's the guy whose stock is definitely rising.
Melvin Gordon owners rejoice. Philip Lindsay owners not so much. And what happened? Didn't Kareem Hunt get more carries than Nick Chubb?
My guy Nick Chubb choked.
I am not buying that hype. I think Nick Chubb is too good to be kept on the sideline for too long. It was supposed to be like an even carries, but I think Hunt got like 17 to 11 for Chubb.
I'm willing to bet Chubb or Hunt will not finish the season on Cleveland. One of those guys will be shipped somewhere else. It'll probably be Hunt.
Hunt's a starter. Mixon sees 19 carries, 69 yards, and 1 of 2 targets, so that's actually kind of weak.
Yeah. I didn't draft him in any league. Kenyon Drake looked good. DeAndre Hopkins looked all that and then some.
Yeah, it looks like you guys got a team there in Arizona.
Yeah, we'll see. One game is not a season make, but certainly was a good debut.
Well, I clicked on
Arizona Cardinals.
I was taking a look at the ads on Yahoo to see who people were picking up on the transaction trends, and just as a curiosity, I go to drops. Sitting at number 4 with like 10,000 drops is one Kerryon Johnson, who had a fat 7 carries for 14 yards. And I love the little headline right here. Kerryon Johnson starts, loses his touches to Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson stole your touches.
Kerryon Johnson looked so good. What was it, 2 seasons ago? How the mighty have fallen.
Yeah, it's his problem is he's in a Lions uniform. That's half the problem.
So you think DeAndre Swift catches that ball if he's in every other uniform, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Any other uniform with any other quarterback throwing to him.
That was a pretty rough drop. Hit him right in the numbers. All right, let's go to wide receiver. We talked a little bit about the disgruntled Allen Robinson. He had a decent day. A.J. Green and Tyler Boyd had a pretty off day, but I'm not giving up on him yet. One of the things I heard on Sirius XM today is to try to try to buy low and sell high right now. If you had a guy that had a monster game that's like an aberration, try to dangle him. On the other side of the coin, if you had a good player like a Tyler Boyd who didn't have a very big day, there's a couple more of them out there. Maybe you got panicky owners that will go to dump these guys after one so-so outing. So never hurts to make an offer. I know I got some just absolutely ridiculous lopsided offers last week that I insulted my intelligence. I mean, somebody offered me like 3 duds for George Kittle. All 3 bench players. I said, you're offering me 3 guys that are on your bench that aren't even playing for one of my best players. And I said, and I put the ADPs out there. So the guy goes, okay, I'll throw in Kareem Hunt instead. I'm like, no. Anyway.
Sporgy. ChristopherMedia.net.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
My name's Barry. I live right above you. I don't host parties. I host after parties. They're like parties, only louder and nobody goes home. You can see right here I ripped out all the carpeting because it was holding me back with my pogo stick. Man's got a pogo. Oh, I'm a prankster. I'll grease up a soda can and then when somebody grabs it, boom!
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor, but we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
More time at home means more washing, drying, cooking, and cleaning at home, and more wear and tear on old appliances. But it's the perfect time to save on new ones at the Home Depot. For savings on the latest appliances, and right now free delivery. From the kitchen to the laundry room, that upgrade is well within reach. And closer than ever. Save on top appliances, now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only while supplies last. Free delivery on major appliances $396 or more, valid through January 27th.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So, have you noticed how everyone's grammar is completely awful now? Like, the texting and the LOLs. Whatever happened to punctuation? I mean, drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
ChristopherMedia.net. Sporgy.
But other receivers to look at.
Darius Slayton, 6 catches, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. Look good.
Yeah, but he's a giant.
True. And Saquon exists. Saquon, 6 rushing yards, but he had that, 50-yard catch and run? 40-yard catch and run?
He did. He had a couple hurdles in the game. I mean, he still looks great, but he's playing behind a really poor offensive line. And he was playing the Steelers, so it was like facing a brick wall. That's a perfect example. You might have somebody that's like, you know what? Barkley's not going to do anything with this offensive line. I'm trading him. Well, go get him because he's not going to be a bust. He's too talented. And when they got him in space with screen passes and dump offs, he was solid. And that's one of the best defenses in football too. And it's week 1. So, trade him to me. I'll take him.
It's as far as receivers on the waiver wire. I mean, looking at the top 30 here. I mean, it's all pretty much guys that are going to be drafted. Probably pick up Emmanuel Sanders if he's still there, because he's going to be catching the ball in New Orleans for a minute.
Yeah, especially with no Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
The other guys that I was impressed with was Marquez Valdez-Scantling and Alan the Lazard King.
Mm-hmm.
From
Valdez Scantling had like half of his yards came from this really long bomb touchdown, and he only got 6 targets.
It's all right. I'll take it. I would look at either of those guys right now if you need help at the wide receiver position. Russell Gage of Atlanta, 12 targets for the Falcons. Of course, Matt Ryan had 54 passing attempts.
Yeah.
Do I dare mention Corey Davis's name with 7 of 8 for 101 yards?
He had his one game a year early this year.
You know what?
There's a reason he's 5% rostered.
And you know that somebody's going to see that and pick him up this week, and it's not going to be us.
That's right.
Your boy Henry Ruggs looked good there, JR.
Yep, he looks good. You know, Jerry Jeudy, I think, I don't think he had a monster game or anything, but he looked the part, ran some good routes. Some of these young guys, I didn't see C.D. Lamb make much of an impact for the Cowboys. What was his stats, Jack? C.D. Lamb.
He busted 10 points. I think he had like 11 something.
That's not terrible.
5 of 6 for 59 yards.
Well, not bad for a first NFL.
Still getting 6 targets.
Maybe Paris Campbell, just because it seems like when T.Y. is covered, also he's aging. It seems like Paris Campbell seems to be the future of the Indy receiving core.
I had, what's his name? Oh, Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson. Good call there. Good call.
He had a, hold on, where is?
You know, if you drafted him when he was with the Jets, you might as well take a flyer on him for Carolina. And he had I think he caught a long one too, didn't he? I think he caught a bomb.
My phone is acting up here. I'm trying to get back to where I was.
So,
as far as waivers, you probably want to pick up Preston Williams because Devontae Parker looks like he's going to be sidelined for a while.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Robbie Anderson, 6 catches, 115 and a touchdown. Yep. That's not bad. It was against the Raiders defense, though.
Now, hey, while we're on receivers, guys, I made a list when I was traveling on Sunday of teams that could use Antonio Brown. The first team on the list, you guys might, I don't know, it's a good thing we're in separate rooms. You might throw stuff at me. How about Philly?
Yeah, they sure could use him.
How about San Francisco?
Oh, they
That'd
really
be nice.
They're desperate.
Houston.
Yeah.
Will Fuller's
Fuller had a pretty good day, but yeah, he's not a number one in my opinion.
Oh, that's who I was going to mention. Sammy Watkins had 9 targets, 7 catches, 82 yards, and a touchdown.
I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid either.
Yeah, didn't he do that last year?
Corey Davis of the Chiefs.
Yeah,
he has a good game once in a while.
And this week will be McCole Hardman's week, and next week it'll be Tyreek Hill, and usually about
DeMarcus Robinson.
There's just way too many mouths to feed there, and I'm not buying the Sammy Watkins Kool-Aid yet.
No, I mean last year he had what? He had like a 30-point fantasy game the first week, and then if you owned him, all you did for the rest of the season was you chased that. You were chasing him having, and I think at the end of the season he perked up. But as someone who's owned Sammy Watkins several years, back when he was on Buffalo, back when he was in, just stay away from Sammy
Watkins. He's the Mr. Brownstone of the league, right?
Yeah.
All right, how about tight end?
Tight end. How about Noah Fant? If he's still out there, grab that guy.
Yeah, he looked really good. With the injury to Blake Jarwin, Dalton Schultz is next in line there. I don't know if he's going to be that effective. Dallas Goedert had 100 yards for the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Rumors of Zach Ertz's demise are overrated, though. I still think Ertz will be the primary tight end, but there might be enough balls to go around for both of those guys this year. You could probably do a lot worse as Goddard.
Mm-hmm.
Janu Smith had a touchdown. Oh, and it pains me to say that number one on ads for tight ends on Yahoo, I cannot believe I'm about to say this, Mr. O.J. Howard. You've got to be kidding me. No. 4 of 6 for 36 yards and a touchdown. And what was that, his second touchdown in 2 years? This is just abysmal.
Touchdown dependent and not consistent.
Once Gronk gets going, he's going to be out of a job. Gronk will eventually be Gronk, and O.J. Howard will be warming up the bench. Don't fall for T.J. Hawkinson. Don't do it. I had him. I had him for a few weeks last year, and he's another one, kind of like just like what you said with O.J. Howard. He gets a touchdown to get you points. Otherwise, he's a blocker.
Eric
Ebron. Logan Thomas. Eric Ebron's a good one.
Yeah, Logan Thomas, the heir apparent to Vernon Davis.
Yep.
Or the always injured Jarrett Reed.
Yeah, I think he's finally gone, right?
Jordan Reed's on the 49ers, and
that is
with
correct.
Kittle banged up, he might get some playing time. But
he's still in the league.
He's still in the league, but he can't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. But he is the backup to Kittle.
We talk shit about him, but didn't Greg Olsen catch a touchdown last week?
I think he did.
Oh, jeez. Another dinosaur. Him and Frank Gore should start a team.
Yeah, they have Jimmy Graham on it, too.
There you go. 2 tight ends already.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady can join that team as well. They need a quarterback.
Right. But as far as, for waiver wire, tight end's it's always pretty thin.
Yep, it really is. Not much to tell you there other than the ones we've already mentioned, I believe.
Yeah. So, week 1, I know we've gone over this last year. I don't really make many moves week 1 unless somebody gets injured, or like I had in one of my leagues, I had with Austin Seifert, who got cut immediately following the Cleveland game. That's my one waiver move this week because I got to pick up a kicker. But I like to chill out week 1.
I got Marlon Mack in a few leagues, so I'm going to have to replace him.
Well, that would be a situation where I'd be scouring the wire.
Yep.
But yeah, I usually don't start making moves till week 2. You got to get a couple weeks in. And this year, I might even wait till week 3 just because, again, September is the preseason this year. It's just.
Well, hey, and we didn't really mention defenses, but if you're streaming defenses, at least for the next month or so, I'd probably be looking at whoever's playing the Eagles because giving up 8 sacks to that Washington football team, they're missing 3 starters on the OL. Driscoll, the backup, went out midway through the second quarter, and the bottom just dropped out. They just could not protect Carson Wentz. Yeah, he had a horrible game, but he was under duress. So, and they got Aaron Donald and the Rams this week. So if the Rams are available, go nab them because this could be ugly.
Give me the Green Bay defense against the Lions in Green Bay this week.
Oh, yeah.
And give me the Cardinals in Arizona against Washington as my 2 defenses of the week.
I'll be picking up the Rams wherever they're available.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go through the slate of games. Thursday night, the Battle of, do we even want to say Ohio? It's got to be another name for that state, but
OH10.
Something like that. The Bungles and the Browns.
Oh. Isn't it? Are we supposed to be in like November or December before we start seeing matchups this crappy?
That's a rough one. Well, hey, a lot of people want to watch Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
OBJ, don't know. It just doesn't really pique my interest. I'll be on a business trip. I probably won't watch it. But it's football, so I might.
Yeah, like who do you start?
Starting on the Bengals? Joe Mixon, probably AJ Green, maybe Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, and that's a big maybe on Tyler Boyd.
You're probably not going to start Burrow, and if you are, you're probably not going to win. Who do you start for the Browns other than, Chubb and Kareem Hunt, running back by committee? So that's not even as strong as it should be. They're both great running backs, but they split their carries. So it's a crapshoot on which one's going to perform. I personally think Chubb is better, but maybe they're showcasing Hunt for a trade, like you said. OBJ, I don't know if I would even start him, although it is against the Bungles. Maybe. Jarvis Landry, maybe.
But what has he given you in the last 2 fantasy seasons to warrant him being a starter?
Nothing.
Exactly.
A whole lot of nothing.
Like, I don't even get where he was being drafted this year. He was too high based on his last 2 seasons.
Well, the battle of the worst state ever.
All right. And then so moving on to Sunday, Falcons and Cowboys. You're probably starting a lot of people in this game. I'm starting Matt Ryan. You're Todd Gurley back from the dead, it looks like.
Ooh. He looked all right. He looked respectable.
Julio.
Calvin
He had himself a game.
Oh, Calvin Ridley had a great game.
Yeah, he's entered the conversation now.
I think Hayden Hurst had a very quiet debut, but I still think Matt Ryan will get used to him.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, this could be a good week for him with the Cowboys middle linebacker. What is it, Van Der Esch? Broke his collarbone, so that's a big void for them. And Sean Lee's already on IR. So the Cowboys are thin at linebacker. It might be a great week for a tight end. That might be a good matchup there for Hayden Hurst to come out of his shell. And then we go over to the Cowboys side of the ball, and it's all about Zeke. I know a lot of people have Dak. Probably have to start him.
It's the usual suspects. Zeke, Dak, Amari.
Maybe CD Lamb.
Yeah, maybe.
Flex.
Then the Lions and the Packers.
Start your Packers.
Yeah, right now I'm based on what I saw Sunday. Start no Lions. Maybe Kenny Golladay if he's healthy, but no, I want nothing to do with any Detroit Lions as far as fantasy football goes. And then Packers. You're starting Aaron Rodgers. You're starting MVS. Probably in a flex.
No AP.
No AP. You're starting Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams.
Jones.
Had the best wide receiver week of anybody in fantasy last week.
Mm-hmm.
41.6 points, and at number 2 was Ridley, 33.9.
Yeah. No tight end of note to really speak of in Green Bay. Yuck. The Saquon, end of list. Giants and the Bears. Are you really out of
the disgruntled Allen Robinson? Maybe
I have him starting. I mean, Slayton if somebody got hurt or something as a flex.
I'm not. I'm not seeing David Montgomery. I'm sure some people are going to start him, but he hasn't earned a spot in my starting lineup, and I don't think he ever will. I'm not drinking that Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Saquon. What about Slayton? Wasn't it Slayton that had a big game?
Yeah.
I don't know. How was the Bears secondary?
What Bears secondary? What Kyle Fuller and I don't even know.
Sterling Shepard maybe as a flex. I don't know.
It's a very big maybe.
That's hopefully you don't have to go there, but if you're desperate, maybe.
Jags Titans. Derrick Henry.
James Robinson would be a very iffy start. I want to see more before I drink that Kool-Aid, but let's see. Chark.
I'm benching Chark this week. I got him on a couple teams. I'm having him take a seat.
We'll see what the Minshew Magic does against that Titans D. It'll be a tough matchup. Titans are a good, solid football team. Derrick Henry, Jonnu Smith if you're really desperate.
Hey, AJ Brown. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah, he'll come around, though. This could be the week. Jaguars once had a great defensive line and a great secondary, and they have neither now. So this could be an A.J. Brown week.
Vikings, Colts. You're starting Adam Thielen. You're starting Dalvin Cook. I think that's really it from the Vikings side of the ball.
I would agree.
And then the Colts. Oof. What Colts are you starting? T.Y. Hilton?
Probably Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
T.Y. Hilton disappointed in week 1. But you know that Phillip Rivers is going to be airing it out.
Yeah, that's so weird seeing him in a Colts uniform. He wore that Chargers uniform for 20 years?
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not even the Colts uniform. It's just the fact that it's not a Chargers uniform.
Yeah, well, he's near the end of the line here.
Mm-hmm.
He's a placeholder. But I like him.
Yeah, he's a serviceable quarterback. But are you starting him?
No.
Yeah, this ain't 10 years ago. You're not starting Phillip Rivers.
I don't even think he was drafted in most of my leagues. He's unavailable in a lot of leagues. Might be worth a pickup as your bye week fill-in, but that's about it.
SportG, ChristopherMedia.net.
Look in your home. Look in your office. Look in your home office. Everywhere you turn, there's so much smart. At Capella University, we think education should be smart too. Our game-changing FlexPath format puts you in control of your master's degree, so you can learn how, when, and where you want. Smart, huh? Yeah, we think so too. So if you want to take the next step in your career, make Capella your first step. Visit capella.edu to learn more. Capella University. Don't just learn smarter.
There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth. And always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
ChristopherMedia.net. Sport G.
Bills Dolphins.
Zach Moss.
Yeah?
I am drinking the Zach Moss Kool-Aid.
Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen.
Yep.
I don't know how Diggs did.
Diggs didn't. He had a very pedestrian debut. But yeah, as far as the Dolphins, I think the one Dolphin we'd tell you to start is injured.
Who's that?
Devontae Parker.
Yeah. I don't even think. Yeah, I don't even think I drafted him at all. Dolphins are one of those teams just to avoid. They look pretty bad.
Is Gesicki worth the start?
If you had Blake Jarwin, yeah.
Against the Bills, no.
Bills defense.
Bills defense, definitely.
Yeah, that defense is. We're going on about 3 seasons now where that defense has just looked for real, and looks like they're going to be just fine again this year. The Niners and the Jets. Ugh.
Oh, 49ers defense.
The 49ers defense. Yes.
Raheem Mostert.
George Kittle. Is he going to be playing, or is he banged up?
He's banged up, but he gutted it out at the game. I guess we'll have to pay attention to the injury report. Keep an eye on him. He's banged up. But what I saw from the Niners was not much of a passing game other than to the backs. So I don't recommend any receivers other than Kittle if healthy. And even if he's not healthy, I'm not even sold on Jordan Reed, although never know. But it's painful watching that, and I would also be leery of starting Garoppolo. I think this is going to be a run-based team until they get Deebo Samuel and maybe Brandon Ayuk healthy. There's just no talent at the receiver position at this point. Like you said, that Antonio Brown would certainly help them.
And speaking of no talent, no Jets. Don't start any Jets.
Nope. If you drafted Le'Veon Bell, you got what you got coming to you, and I'm one of those. I had him in 1 or 2 leagues. I picked him in like the 10th round. I'm like, well, got to have a running back. At least he's a warm body, and now he's not even that. So, as far as I'm concerned, no Jets, none.
Yeah, the days of him being the number 1 picker, long gone.
Ooh, you bet. The grass is always greener, and it sure is green in New York if you're a Jets.
Got paid.
Look at that. The Steelers had the 3 Bs, and only Big Ben is left.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown's out of the league, and Le'Veon Bell injured again.
And might as well be out of the league.
Yeah, he's got plenty of money in the bank, though.
Mm-hmm. Rams and Eagles.
Oh, this is going to be tough.
Yikes.
Start your Rams defense. That offensive line. Lane Johnson's supposed to be coming back, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Give me Sanders.
We'll see if Sanders is healthy.
Are we falling for the Robert Woods mirage?
No.
No. I mean, I had him on the bench, and I was kicking myself. But then again, who started him?
And then you have the Malcolm Brown or Cam Akers show. You don't really know who's going to be the guy this week.
I have Cam Akers on a lot of benches. I'm just waiting for.
I think you got to ride that doubt because the Eagles did stop the run.
What's Darrell Henderson's deal? Is he the goal line back?
I think he's
just there.
fine rider right now.
Yeah, I got him on a team.
You got to start Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
And the tight end.
Higbee.
Tyler Higbee. He probably got
the Eagles tight end. I feel like both Eagles tight ends are like maybe starters. I think Ertz definitely, but you could maybe start Goddard. You never know.
None of the receivers on the Eagles are worth it.
Nope, don't do it.
So if Miles Sanders plays, you might flex him. Other than that, it's, Ertz, maybe Goddard. No way.
The line on this game is pretty much even? It's Philly -1. Based on what?
I'm running to the book. If I'm living in Vegas, I would be excusing myself right now and running to the sports book because that's going to go up. That'll be the lock of the century.
Yeah. Broncos and Steelers.
I don't know what to think about the Broncos other than Melvin Gordon with Lindsey being banged up. Melvin Gordon's a must start. Fant probably. He looked good. I'm not yet ready to start Drew Lock, but he does look promising. Jerry Jeudy has some potential.
And then Steelers, Juju.
Yeah, and I stayed away from him because he had such a poor year last year, but he looked good. Of course, the Giants can make anybody look good.
It's true.
So I want to see more out of him, but he certainly got off to a better start than most expected. And the other Steelers receivers stepped up, James Washington. But again, you got to look at him against another opponent because that Giants defense isn't much to brag about. They've got some holes. Let's see who else. I don't know. Do you start Big Ben?
Yeah,
could do worse. I had a couple leagues where Big Ben's still available on waivers.
Mm-hmm.
Might definitely be looking at picking him up. He looked pretty sharp.
Well, I mean,
and then you got that James Conner or Snell.
I don't want any part of the Pittsburgh run game. At least
the only thing I would do for that again is if you have Conner, try to get Snell. But I'm not picking up Snell on his own. And even if you have them both, if they're both active, which one do you pick? So might be a good week. Just steer clear of that.
Panthers, Bucks. And you're starting Mike Evans. You're starting Chris Godwin.
I'm not starting Ronald Jones, even though some people will go there.
I don't like Gronk, but I think he might have a good game. I don't like Gronk, though.
Yeah. And then on the other side of the ball, obviously CMC.
DJ Moore.
Yeah, CMC, DJ Moore, and that's probably about it for the Panthers. I don't see Teddy Bridgewater being anybody. If you start Teddy Bridgewater in week 2, you got a problem.
Yeah. For sure.
Almost said the R word. Washington and the Cardinals. D-Hop, Kyler Murray, Kenyon
Cardinals
Drake.
defense.
Yeah.
Anybody that does not play for Washington?
Yeah, I don't know who you start on Washington's offense except maybe McLaurin.
You don't.
Maybe McLaurin, and that's it.
Yeah.
Antonio Gibson, no.
Yeah, I subbed him for Miles Sanders this week. Should have put in Jonathan Taylor instead. But you live and learn, right?
Yeah.
Chiefs and the Chargers.
Clyde
Chiefs, start all your Chiefs, except receivers are the crapshoot of the week, other than you got to start Tyreek Hill. After that, it's like, last week it was Sammy Watkins. This week it could be Mecole Hardman. You got Robinson, too. So I kind of just avoid all those three. And if you don't have Tyreek Hill, you're probably not going to start. But, if you're desperate and you have one of those guys, you can roll the dice. It could be, it's sink or swim with those guys, though. They're, touchdown dependent usually. You got, Clyde, obviously. Edwards-Helaire is automatic start.
But then with the Chargers, I mean, Keenan Allen?
Yeah, I don't know what to think about Keenan Allen. With Tyrod Taylor, I heard he's not probably going to get the catches he normally gets, but I don't know that you can bench him. I mean, they're going to probably be behind and have to throw.
And hey, well, while he's healthy, Hunter Henry's a top 5 tight end right now.
That is correct. And I have Henry and Andrews on one team. And someone offered me a trade, Hunter Henry for J.K. Dobbins. I might have to accept, just because I have Andrews.
Lucky.
Yeah, but the moment you make that trade, right, Andrews gets hurt.
That's just how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
And I still like that Chargers running back. Why can't I ever remember this guy's name?
Oh, spin the wheel. There's like 10 of them.
No, it's the
Justin Jackson, Joshua Kelly,
Joshua Kelly.
Austin Eckler.
I'm picking up Joshua Kelly in a couple weeks this week. You guys, you're going to see. You're going to see.
All right.
Joshua Kelly.
Ravens and Texans.
Start your Ravens.
Yeah,
Lamar.
obviously Lamar.
J.K. Dobbins.
Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Dobbins and Ingram are, their timeshare. It's a crapshoot on which one will be the star of the day. But you could do worse.
I just, there seems to be a little bit more, and it's, probably because of age. It seems a lot more pep in Dobbins' step than Ingram's.
Yeah,
but then
we're going to just give this a couple more weeks, and we're going to see how it shakes.
Watching that guy play at Ohio State.
My money's on Dobbins.
Yeah, that guy was. He said, as a resident of the state of Michigan, it pains me to say it, but when you watch that guy play at Ohio State, you're like, yeah, that guy's going pro, and he's going to be good.
Yep.
And then the Texans, you're starting Deshaun Watson. You're starting David Johnson. Welcome back.
Yeah,
it's been 3 years.
I don't know if I'm starting him this week against that Ravens D, though. You're going to be tough sledding against that Ravens defense.
And it looks like Will Fuller is going to be the guy catching the ball, at least until they make a trade.
See what happens.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more confident in the Ravens than I am in the Texans starting in this game.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans really look like they missed T-Hop.
Yeah, they need a receiver. Pats and Seahawks. Oh, what was this? Which Super Bowl was this? I know it's the Malcolm Butler Super Bowl, but I forget the number.
That's all we remember it by.
We'll see, but both teams looking very different, although the Seahawks still got the same quarterback.
I'll take Russell Wilson over Cam Newton.
Yes, I will as well.
Yeah, in week 2, I will, yes.
Is it time? Is it time to stop the Sony Michel? I don't think he's very good at all for fantasy purposes.
No. It's James White. If you want to own any, right. and you're not really starting,
it's got to be a PPR league. It's got to be James White. That's
what I was going to say. James White is worthless in a standard league, but he'll get you some PPR points.
Edelman, I guess.
I'm not even.
But
it's hard to get excited about any Patriots on offense.
No.
It's always been a crapshoot for the running game and
defensive team at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On the Hawks, you're probably starting, Tyler Lockett, TJ Metcalf,
Chris Carson,
Russell Wilson, and that's about it.
Yeah.
No tight end of note up there.
Jimmy Graham.
Nope. Jimmy Graham's in Chicago now. They got Greg Olsen.
I'm sorry.
Wrong old guy.
Wrong old tight end.
Yeah, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked if Olsen lasts the season.
Yeah, he gets hurt. That's his issue. The man
Think
gets
about
hurt.
that. We still have Jason Witten, Jimmy Graham, and Greg Olsen are still playing football.
Where's Jason Witten at now?
He's with the Raiders.
Oh, he's backing up Waller.
Raiders. Yep.
Wow.
Speaking of the Raiders, Monday night game, Saints and Raiders.
Hey, we got football in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Monday night football. What a great spectacle that would have been if fans were allowed. What a shame.
And if they weren't playing the Saints, because
that's
Saints
a rude awakening.
50.
Welcome. Yeah. Saints will put up a 50 burger.
You're the Saints defense.
Although Drew Brees plays a lot better in the dome than he is on the road. But I think this is another dome. But he loves that playing in New Orleans, though.
Mm-hmm. But you got Drew Brees, Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas might not play. Watch the injury. I'll watch the injury. They might even shut him down for multiple weeks.
Kamara, Jared Cook, maybe.
Latavius Murray, if you're desperate.
Yeah,
he gets a few touches here and there.
Murray actually got a fair amount of touches. I don't think he did much with them, but
if Mike Thomas doesn't play this week, Emmanuel Sanders, watch out, big week against a bad Raider defense.
And there's always Taysom Hill.
What is he even under? Is he listed as tight end?
I don't even know what he qualifies at, but I think he threw a touchdown pass this week, didn't he?
Oh, gosh. He's probably kicking extra points at this point. He's probably playing safety.
Yeah, probably not somebody to have in your fantasy roster, though. He's fun to watch, but
yeah. And then the Raiders, it's what? Josh Jacobs and Darren Waller. That's it, right?
Maybe Ruggs.
Yep.
They're going to be behind. Maybe Ruggs.
I got to put Ruggs in that category with a few other players if I need a couple more weeks.
Yeah, I agree.
I have on a bench in a couple leagues, just waiting it out. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got high hopes for them, but you're right. It's too early. And the Saints have a pretty darn good defense. So there you have it. Hey, so bold predictions.
My favorite segment.
Who hit it last week?
I think we went over. Did we go over 3?
No.
I know. My stupid.
Who picked the Cardinals over the 49ers? That would be me.
No, there you go.
I lost because I said the Jets. Why did I believe in the Jets? I really believed in the Jets.
The same reason I believed in the Dolphins.
Oh.
But I called that Cardinals. That Cardinals team looks pretty impressive early. Well, let's see. Who's going to go first this week?
Let's see.
Something tells me no one's going to pick the Lions over the Packers.
No, not these Detroit Lions.
Tough week to pick an upset, really.
Yeah, because a lot of these are
other crappy teams.
Yeah,
who's the favorite on the Bengals at the Browns? Who's even the favorite? The Browns?
Browns minus 5.5.
Wow.
I'll take
just because of you're taking the Bengals.
I'll take the Bengals.
Oh wow.
Why not? I'll take the Bengals over the Browns. So it looks like a lot of lopsided games this week.
Here we go. Here for this one. The Buccaneers lose. Panthers pick up a W in overtime shootout.
Yeah, that could happen.
That is bold.
It's very bold.
Oh boy, it's on me.
God, I'd really love to pick the Raiders over the Saints, but I can't do that.
I'm gonna say this is real bold. I'm gonna say the Texans over the Ravens.
Ooh,
that's a big one. Well, I'm 1-0 on the season. Go Bengals.
Yeah, go Texans. I do not feel good about that bold prediction.
Well, that's why they're bold.
Do any of us do?
True.
Right. Well, good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
Good luck on your waiver wire picks. Good luck on your games this week. Good luck replacing Marlon Mack.
Yeah. My condolences to those of you who spent your first round pick on Michael Thomas.
There's still a long way to go. He'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be back.
But it's a tough spot this season to lose one of your studs, though, right away.
But at least there's no bye weeks.
Oh, there's
a full bench to pick from to replace him. If there were bye weeks going on, it would be worse. So try to look at the bright side of things.
There you go.
So check in with us on Sunday morning. We'll be on the social media accounts looking for questions and offering our advice. Take it or leave it.
Yep. You get our opinion whether you want it or not. But yeah, we're at the Fantasy Hack on Twitter. So check us out there. We're there on Sunday mornings. Listen to us every Wednesday. We are we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spreaker.com. Anywhere there is a podcast, you can listen to us. Go to ChristopherMedia.net, hit up the PayPal banner, or just hit up the Amazon, click through that if you want to help us out. It helps out everybody when you do that. You click through the Amazon banner. So thanks for listening, everybody. Set your lineups, and we'll catch you next week.
Adios, amigos.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
Okay, so, did you see that game the other day? The refs, right? I mean, come on. They were totally out to get us. That always happens to our team. Drivers who switch to Progressive can save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Thank you for visiting ChristopherMedia.net.